Hey guys, welcome to my channel. As usual, I usually just do tarot reading whenever I feel like doing it, and today I was feeling a strong surge of doing this one, which is what do you need to let go right now? And there are 4 piles for you to choose. This is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one, and this is the last one. So take some time to meditate and pick out the cards, the piles that draws you to the most, and we'll get started. You might pause the video if you want, and you can choose more than one pile if it resonates with you. I know letting go is not an easy process, but letting go, by letting go, you can be open to new beginnings, and sometimes new beginning is all you need. So yeah, if you already choose your pile, you can go straight to the timestamp to start your reading, and we're gonna start right now. Hey, pile number 1, if you choose this one, this is the pile of your reading. This is a blue quartz. It's really beautiful. So for this reading, we're gonna go through what you need to let go right now, what's holding you back, and how can you let go, and also the outcome of the situation. So let's get started. We're gonna get started with 3 tarot cards. The first one is 9 of Pentacles. The second one is the Fool. And the third one is 10 of Pentacles, but in reverse. Okay, so first of all, I feel like this energy here, it's more of materialistic thing. And the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles, when straight up, it's actually really good cards when it comes to abundance and money. But if it's reversed here, the 9 is straight up and the 10 is reversed here, that means you kind of almost have it all, but you're feeling like something is missing. And the Fool in between, it's kind of show me that maybe you want to get out of your comfort zone. Maybe you want to start new, you want to go out, you want to start something, go on a new journey that you have absolutely no idea what is going on, or like you have not much experience, and you want to get out of your comfort zone, which is abundance, which is a lot of materialistic here. So for example, for a job, maybe you're in a really high positions right now, and you want to start your own company, but what is holding you back is to think whether this is a good opportunity or not, because it's really good, you're having a good life here. Would you risk it all for a new opportunity? And so this is what makes you questions and wondering. Or for example, if in a relationship, maybe you kind of feel like you need a refreshment, you need a start, or you want to be a fool in love and go for what you love. But the current situations, the relationship you're in right now, might provide you with too much comfort that you don't want to live. It's kind of like that. So the Spirit is telling me that you need to let go of your comfort zone. You need to get out there. You need to go again, and I think that is the main theme of this pile. So I'm going to draw 2 more cards to see what else was holding you back. I mean, you can tell what's holding you back here, but how can you let go? We have Judgment. Yeah. I'm gonna move it up here a little bit. And we have Two of Wands in the upright. Okay, so I think you need to sit down and evaluate situations. And I think you need to listen to your heart more. Because, you know, this decision involves a lot of the mind. And clearly the mind is telling you to stay. And your heart is telling you to go. And so you need to make decisions. You need to analyze situations. And I think what they want you to do is to listen more to your intuition. You need to let go of the materialistic thing, because you need to embrace in a new direction, you know. I also feel like another thing that you need to let go is judgment from other people. Maybe you feel like you need to get out of your comfort zone, but then you're afraid other people will tell you that, why would you think that? Are you crazy? You know, are you crazy? You're living your best life here. You know, you have a good relationship on paper, or like you have a really good job on paper, but they don't know that, you know, maybe that job doesn't provide you with like room to grow anymore, or maybe you overwork yourself. I don't see the overwork here, but I just see more of a boredom. So you need to let go of judgment from other people. And the way to do that is, of course, you have to stop giving people the power to judge you. And you know what? They will judge you. But it's you that need to set the boundaries from the judgment. You know? And what is the worst thing that could happen? Nothing. They can judge you, but they won't be responsible for your life. You are the one responsible for your life. So if you need to start somewhere else, know that the spirit, see, this is one, you will gain whatever that you feel like you're missing out back. Maybe not in the same form, but maybe even something better for you. And the Two of Wands here, it's really talking about, you know, even the changing mindsets of other people. So like maybe people think that, oh, you know, you're really living your best life, so there shouldn't be any reason that you're changing. But then you're gonna show them that this is really worth it. And maybe you don't need to show them at all. Just do your own thing and people will figure it out. And you don't care about them. You know, you don't care about what other people say. You do what feels right. Okay, now I'm going to get more oracle cards, to see what else the spirits want you to see. We have Mercury. Yes, Mercury is the planet of communications, of thinking, of analyzing. So maybe you've been thinking too much. You're letting your mind take over you. So it's time to really listen to what your hearts want to do. Change. What's gonna say? Change. Change is what you need. Your current life, whatever that is, current life, current relationship, current job, current career, current thing, it's just not moving anywhere. It's already reached its peaks. So it's time for you to let go and start new. You need change. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. It's time to learn something new. That's what I say. And you know, it's time to learn something new. It's time to go out to the world and see what else is there. The Fool is all, I really like the Fool, because you know, even though that you don't know anything, there is so much potential on the way. You can do whatever you want. You can be free of other people's judgment. You go on your own. And the Fool is never a bad card. The Fool for me, it's just whenever I see the Fool, I know that change is coming, and it's good change. You're gonna learn so many things. You're gonna see the world. You're gonna see the beauty in things, and you know, you might see what you deserve. You deserve more than this comfort zone that you're in right now. So I think that is what the spirits want you to say. I'm gonna draw one last card to see the outcome when you finally be able to let go and see how it goes. What would group number 1 outcome be? We have 9 of Cups. Yes, 9 of Cups is about happiness. It's about reaching what you aspire for. This is already full fulfillment. So yeah, just be brave. Just listen to what you want. Just be brave for once. You know, you never know what you can find out there, and you can always fall back because you have already built a good foundations for you. For example, if you want to change career, know that you already have enough finance to change. And so even if it's hard in the beginning, you can always fall back on the hard work that you have achieved. And even with relationship, if you like in certain situations, it's not about leaving the current partner, but maybe try something new with your partner, you know, maybe do something that you've never done before. And don't be afraid if it's hard, because the foundations that you build with your partner is really long lasting already. The 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles is about really long lasting abundance, about rewardment, about what you build so far. So don't be afraid, don't overthink too much, because you can always fall back. You can always rely on what you have worked so hard to get to this point. So yeah, so even if you want to, you know, do something new in your relationship, to let go of the person, of the people in the relationship that no longer can grow together, always trust that you will find fulfillment. And if there is anything wrong, you can always fall back on the values and the thing that you built so far. So it won't be a rocky journey. It will be a new journey with a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to see, a lot of things to explore, but it would not be a hard journey at all. Listen to your heart, listen less to your mind, and you'll be fine. So that is the end of pile 1. Thank you so much for watching my video. Hey, pile number 2, if you chose this pile or the orange calcite, this will be your reading. I'm gonna start with the tarot card to see what you need to let go, what's holding you back, how can you let go of the thing that is holding you back, and the outcome of the situations. Oops, I need to get this one now. Okay, so I'm gonna put the crystal right here. So the first card we have is King of Cups. And then we have Ace of Wands, all in the upright. And 7 of Pentacles in the upright. Okay, this is pretty interesting. First of all, it has a lot of elements. It has the Pentacle, it has Cup, it has Wands. But when it comes to Ace of Wands, if it's upright, that is a yes to something. So this thing, whatever that you've been wanting to let go, the spirit has been telling you to do it, and you have been thinking about it for a really long time. But maybe you don't have the courage to do yet. And I think it has a lot to do with the opportunity cost in this term. I think it has to do a lot with you don't want to trade off what you have, whether this is a relationship or a career. I think this has less to do with abundance, with material thing, but it has to do more with your effort that you put in. So for example, if you start a new project and in the middle of it you see that it's going fine, but it's not really going anywhere, but you have put a lot of emotional attachment into it, so you really don't want to let go. You have put a lot of effort, you have put a lot of emotional investment into it. Yeah, because you see the Seven of Pentacles, it's like a reward, but it's not completely reward. It still feel like something is missing, something is hidden, you know. And the King of Cups, it's just a lot of emotional attachment, a lot of emotional directions into this one. So I think it's more about the emotional attachment to certain things, and that is what you need to let go, because this thing does not provide to you the values that it promised. And when it comes to relationship, you know, maybe you need to let go of the relationship because it's no longer serves you. It's no longer gives you the thing that you need, but because you have put so many emotional attachment into it, so you feel hesitant, and you've been thinking about this for days. Okay, so what you need to really let go of is the emotional attachment that you put into whatever this is. So we're gonna draw two more cards to see what else the spirits want to tell. This is what holding you back. And also I kept a feeling that you might feel like this is, you don't sure if you want to let it go because you feel like it's too early. You feel like maybe if I put more effort into this, it might turn out to be better. You know, you're not sure if you should give up yet because maybe people tell you that it's too soon. Maybe you feel like you haven't tried hard enough, is what I'm feeling from this pile. We have the Devil in reverse, yes. And wow, we have Eight of Wands. Yeah, I think the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles really resonate with each other, you know, because Eight of Wands, it feels like you're being deceived by something. You've been blindsided by something. And the Devil, it's like, you know it's bad, but you cannot get rid of it, especially when it's reversed. So maybe you start out really well, and then in the middle of it you figure out there's something wrong with it. That's why you're not getting what you want, what you need, what you was promised, you know. And you feel deceived, you feel like you've been lying to, and you want to get out of it. But on the other side, you were feeling like, maybe I haven't tried enough, maybe there's a way, or I have put so much effort into it, I have put so much thought, so much heart into it, and I don't really want to let go. So I think that what the spirits want you to take a look at is to see what exactly makes you regret, like what emotional attachment you put into it. Why can you let go of it? And I think it has a lot to do with yourself, because you cannot control what people do to you. But by letting it go, are you also feel like you are a loser? Or do you feel defeated? More like, I think being let go, you know, let it go of something, sometimes you don't want to do that because you feel like you're such a fool. It's like accepting that you have been defeated, accept that you have been blind from the beginning, and you're scared that people are gonna say, I told you so, this is not good, or like, I warned you, but you know, you did it to yourself. And it's like admitting that you have fall into a trap, and or like you wasn't smart enough to not get involved in the situation in the beginning. But you're here for a reason. The reason that you experience this thing, it's for a reason. And know that like the universe would never give you things that you cannot handle, you know. And they could be a really important lessons for you. It could be it's not entirely a bad experience though. I'm telling you, it's not an entirely bad. Maybe you have really good experience with it, but it just doesn't go anywhere. It just need to stop. So I think what you need to ask yourself is, what would I feel by letting it go? What would you think of yourself of letting it go? And then try to rationalize it. Is it really your thoughts? Is it because of other people say? And what's the worst could happen? And I don't see anything bad could happen though, beside the letdown of your emotional attachment. You're here for a reason. Whatever things that you involve in, you know, a relationship, a project, a career, like a movement, or even a friendship, it teaches you a lesson. It taught you things. It taught you to value your time and your effort. And it taught you to actually sit down and evaluate things. And it also taught you to listen to your intuitions, because you know that you have the nudge for so long. So I think how you can do that is to face whatever feelings that you fear by letting go. And once you are okay with that, it will be easier to let go. I'm gonna okay. Full moon, yes. Home. And what are you being called to journey to? Yes. Yeah, the energy of the full moon is like a completion of something. It's a closing of a chapter. So, and home, you know, it's something familiar, something that maybe you need to come home. Maybe you have gone out there enough, and maybe it's time to come home. But you know, sometimes a lot of people, like when they leave home for school, for jobs or something, and then at a certain point, maybe it's time for them to move back to the home, you know, for a career or for something else. They might feel like they are a loser, you know. They may feel like this sucks because I have to get back home. I no longer out there. But it's not a bad thing at all. Like, you do whatever resonates with you at this time, or like go back to where you are from the beginning. So it's never bad to change, or like to go back to the beginning. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do, and whatever in the journey that you have learned, it's always valuable in a certain way. So I would do another card to see the outcome if you let go. Oh, this is very I gotta say heavy pile, but it's real, also a really emotional one. We have Six of Pentacles, foundations, home, family. Yes, it's about going back to something, to beginning, you know, where you don't have this thing. It's let go and go back to your own self. it could actually be about ourselves. Maybe you're on a journey to discover something, you know, you form new habits, you form new lifestyle, and it was a good experience, but over time you feel like that lifestyle is not good for you, and you want to let go, you want to get back to who you were before, but you are afraid that like people will say that, oh, you know, like what happened to you, why are you changing, or like wow, so you finally learned your lesson, you finally figure out what, like I've been telling you all along. It could be also about self-development, and sometimes self-development is not about changing, but it's about going back to what you actually values, you know. So I think that is the main theme of the pile right here, and that is the end of it. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next reading. How pile number 3, if you chose this pile or the amethyst, this will be your reading. So with this reading, I'm going to see what is holding you back. How can you let go of things that you need to let go, and the outcome of the situation. So we're gonna start off with the 3 tarot cards that I have already drawn right here to see the situation. First of all, we have Ace of Pentacles. Then we have Queen of Pentacles in reversed, and we have the Sun. All right, so the first thing that I feel when I put down this pile, I think what you need to let go is a very important or a powerful figure in your life, whether that is your parents, your friend, or something that it's your manager, your boss, or something that has a lot of power over you. I think you kind of need to let that go. Not sometimes it could literally be letting a person go. You know, a Queen of Coins. You know, a Queen of Coins usually for me it's like the Queen energy is always very subtle and inside. And then when it comes to Queen of Coins, you know, in this reading, I can feel like a master of manipulation for some reason, or it could not be a manipulations, but this person has a lot of power over you that sometimes you don't even know, right? For example, if it's a King of Pentacles, then it could be someone that has like actual materialistic power over you. For example, a company, or like if you're provided by someone, then that person has a direct material power over you. But when it comes to the Queen of Coins or Queen of Pentacles, that is more subtle. That person might not be directly giving you money, but that person might affect you in certain way. It may affect your lifestyle, may affect how you spend, may affect your income. You know, it could be like an important client. It could be like even your landlord, because that person is actually controlling how much money you need to save for your rent, for example, like that. And the Sun is a really powerful energy as well. And and you see it here, I think 1, 2, 3, the Sun is also look like a pentacle here, and Ace of Pentacles is alone. It's like against the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So I think there is some important figures that, you know, that you think has a lot of power over you, but you kind of being overshadowed by it, or you being affected by it so much that it's time for you to let go. Or, you know, if it comes to like a relationship in general, or like a romantic relationship, then this person could be the one deciding, like like you give that person a lot of power to decide whether you should or should not do something. Yeah, maybe your mom, you know, who get involved in your romantic relationship, or if it's a partner, then that person, it's using their authority to a really high degree that you feel like you're not being listened to. Yeah. I'm gonna draw 2 more cards to see more about this situation. Or, you know, there's just some example coming up, like maybe you have a really cool idols that you have, you know, like a celebrities that you always like, and you have spent so much money for their merch, and right now you're in a situation where you don't really have money to afford their merch, and the merch price keep increasing. So, you know, you kind of need to stop spending on that person, even though that person is like your inspiration, is everything to you, and you always support them. But now maybe it's time to put your money elsewhere and not spend on this person, for example. That could also be an example. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Just so someone with a very important power, authority over you. You have 10 of Wands. Why? Another Sun. So I think this person is really popular, or like has a really big authority. Maybe it could be someone like in a high authority that you have always followed, you know. I'm not like you have always followed, you have always listened to them, whatever they preach you, but at this point you don't kind of resonate with them anymore, and like you feel like, you know, all the advice that they give you no longer serves you, but you're kind of afraid to let go because, you know, that person has become a part of your identity for so long, or like you have that person have power over your life for so long that you don't know how it feels when you let it go. It's like having a power over you. You feel like instead of overshadow, you feel like overburned is the word, like overshine. Yeah, this person overshine. And we have the Empress. Yeah, the Empress, when I talk about the Empress, it's usually about setting the boundary, you know, knowing what you want and knowing your boundaries and using your skill, your subtle skill to set up boundaries with other people and be courageous enough to do that. So I think in order to let go of this powerful figure, you need to set your boundary. For example, if it's your mom or your dad, you know, or your sister who has a lot of things to say about your lifestyle, about what you do, about how you carry on yourself, how you carry your life, then maybe it's time to tell them to stop doing that. Or even if they refuse to, then you have the power to stop them. Okay, you have the power to not always take in what they say and only take in what you need. See, there's tons of one here, but you know, sometimes you only need one, so just take one and refuse the 9. And you know, and if for like, go back to the sample, if you feel like the celebrity is taking a lot of time, or like, you know, your spending habit, it's getting overly controlled, it's not their fault. Okay, it's not their fault, but you can set boundaries by promising yourself to only buy this thing, or like when you are more financially stable, or you know, set a budget for a year, whatever that is, whatever the exposures. It's like setting boundary, it's also you're setting your exposure to this person or this thing, whatever that is, that it overshines you, make you blind. That person makes you have no time for other things. That's what I can see. And you know, if you're in a relationship and your partner it's like controlling aspects of your life, or that person, or maybe your partner is like okay, another thought came up to me. For example, if you're in a relationship and you feel like your partner is too good for you, so you kind of put them on a pedestal, you know, like this person is like so famous, everybody loves them, you know, they're smart, they're rich, and you feel like you're just so small compared to the queen. Like you're like one coins compared to queens of coin. You feel like you're not an equal part to them, and you kind of put them on a pedestal. Then you need to let go of that thought, because you know, when you in a partnership, you're equal to them, and the only way for a partnership to work is to be equal to them. Maybe they make more money than you, but doesn't mean that they're more valuable than you. All right, so I think what you need to let go is actually to embrace what you're good at, and to not put them on a pedestal anymore. You know, I like, if you close your eye, like you start to see that you're not gonna see the sun anymore, right? So it's simple like that. If you feel like you are being overshined by your partner, you don't have to tell them to turn up their light. They're always shining, you know. Maybe they naturally shiny. They're naturally like attractive, and that is a good thing. But you need to realize that by choosing you, you know, by choosing to be with you, you're just as equal as them. You have your own good and you have your own bad, just like them. So you need to stop thinking that you are not equal to them, and be more confident in yourself. And actually you can help them to help you realize, you know, just ask them, well, you know, what do you like about me? Sometimes a little validations from outside it's not bad at all. Maybe they see the things about you that you cannot see. You know, maybe you're too overshadowed by them, overshined by them, that you don't see what you're good at. Why do they want to be with you? Just little validations it's harmless. You know, it's cute. Yeah. So, and then, you know, when you realize that you're just as imperfect as them, you're just this normal human being as them, then you kind of take up the pressure on them as well. You know, like the queen doesn't have to be queen anymore. That's why it's reversed. And you can do whatever you want with yourself, you know, and then that's when you start to have more confidence in yourself, and you will start to see you know, the ways that you can move forward. Yeah, if this path has a lot of things to do with yourself. I mean, most of the time I've always tell people that you can't control what other people do, and you know, if your partner is shiny, if a celebrity is attractive and famous, that is not their fault. There's nothing you can do, but realize that you don't have to compare yourself with this person and have that person to have a lot of power over you. You're just as imperfect as them, and realizing your strength, and stop, you know, because when you idolize someone or you put them up on a pedestal, and then when they fail to be the person that you think they are, then it hurts for both of you, because you would feel like, you know, you will feel like this. You will feel like you kind of disappointed, because what you look up to is not what you think it is. And also they I mean, if it's a celebrity, then it doesn't matter. But if it's your partner, then you can also put pressures on them, because they always have to keep up with whatever image that you want them to be, and it's unhealthy for the relationship. Yeah. Okay. Retreat. Waning crescent. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Yes, I think this pal, the spirits want to tell you that, you know, it's time for you to realize your own strengths. And why do you put them on the pedestal too much? Why do you have a lot of power over them? Is it because they have something that you want to have, but you feel like you don't have it? Usually we are always attracted to things or people that have certain qualities that we don't have, or qualities that we want to improve, we want to have more for ourselves. It could be money, it could be talent, it could be, you know, even appearance and whatever that is. So I think it's time for you to actually sit down and realize that you are your own person. You have your own thing, you have your own strengths, and you can do things that you want to do, and there's nothing stopping you. No one is stopping you. If your mom tell you that you cannot do it, just realize that she only say that because in her reality, in her capacity, that is what she know. But that doesn't mean that you should live in her life, in her mind. You are your own person, and you can make decisions on your own. Okay. And I think the waning crescent is about surrender. It's about a time for recuperations and rest, which also retreats. So I think the first step for you to let go is to actually take a step to retreat, to set up a boundaries with them. Maybe slowly, you know, step out of the relationship, or like just have some time to yourself to actually reevaluate the whole dynamic, and like slowly retreat to your own self. Yeah. Wow. The crescents, the waning crescents and the retreat really go together. Okay. So now I'm going to draw another card for the outcome of this pile if you let go of the things that you... Oh, okay. This jump out right away. Nine of Swords in reverse. Yes. The outcome, Nine of Swords in reverse, it's a good outcome. It's about actually, you feel really light. It's like letting go of all the weight that's been holding you back. Whatever power or authority that you think other people have over you, it's no longer there. You can be your own self. You have the freedom to do whatever you want. You have the freedom to be who you are without having to be under the line of someone that you give them too much power over you. And it's really liberating. It's really beautiful energy, and I hope you can let go of that. All right, pile 3, that is the end of your reading. Thank you so much for tuning into my video, and see you in the next one. All right, pile 4, this is the last pile, and if you choose this pile or the clear cards, that will be your reading. So I'm going to start off with the tarot card to see what you need to let go, what it's holding you back, and how can you let go of the things that is holding you back. And then at the end, I will also draw a card to see the outcome of the situations if you let go. All right, so the first 3 tarot card I have for you here is the 7 of Cups in the upright, the 2 of Pentacles in the upright, and the 5 of Pentacles in the upright. All right. Right off the bat, I can feel that what you need to let go is a shared situation. Yeah, because we have the Two of Pentacle here, and it's the Two of Pentacle usually refers to like a dualship, a partnership, something that is shared or like built between two people. And the Five of Pentacle, it usually means that your financial situations or your abundance is being put on hold. And then we have the Seven of Cups here, which can signify that you're in a situations where you have to share some things with people or with a lot of different people, and it's making you feel stuck. So I think that is what you need to let go. For example, if it's a relationship, then you feel like you're being putting the effort that you put in a relationship is not really being reciprocated on by an equal part. Maybe because that person has, you're saving right here, you're like saving, you're scraping every penny that you make, but on the other side, your partner is spending it all on their own hobbies, but using the same account that you guys put together. Or if it's a job, it's you sign a partnership with them and you put in a lot of effort, you put in a lot of your because time is money, right? So you put a lot of time, to them, but on the other side, they're using whatever your thing to give you back, like you have to share it with so many other people. Why, when sometimes just you doing the part, but you have to like kind of share it to a whole team, a whole department. That is the feeling of this. Yeah. Or if you're living in a house with a lot of people, you have been wanting to get out and move out of the house. Maybe it could be somewhere, but what is holding you back could be a financial situation that does not allow you to do it yet, or there's some kind of partnership, contract that requires you to stay longer, and like also the social pressures of things. Maybe you want to, or like if you have a project and initially you work with a lot of people, but then you don't feel like you vibe with them anymore, or their values or decisions just doesn't get along anymore. You kind of want to get out of this, but you feel like you're gonna disappoint them, or you already put too much money in it. You cannot let go, because even if you let go, your fund is still in there. For example, you cannot withdraw your money out yet. Yeah, that is just wow. And like when I read this one, I didn't feel like a really strong force of like trying to get out. It's just like my voice, I'm trying to spell out words, it's like really weak. I don't know, my voice just become weak. It's just like I'm trying to point to like get my voice out of my throat, which is really weird. But it could also, yeah, like you're really sick of whatever situations that you have to share with a lot of people, and you need to move on. Even when it comes to a relationship, if just not two, maybe some kind of infidelity, or your partner attention is being shared to too many other things. Maybe you require more of your partner attentions, and you feel like you're being left alone, you feel like you're being abandoned, because your partner have too many things to worry about, too many things that does not give you enough attention. Yeah, you have to share with a lot of priorities, a lot of their priorities. So I'm gonna draw two more cards to see What else does Spirit have to say? We have Page of Coins. I can already tell what the Spirit wants to say. But let's see. One more. For confirmation. We have Death. And actually this card for now, I'm not sure if it's upright or reverse, but I'm just gonna put it upright. Yes, Death. So I think what you need to let go is these situations or the codependency. Yeah, because when it comes to Page of Pentacle, the first thing I think when it comes to my mind is establishing your independence. You might not have much, but you have something, and you know, make a plan, make a concrete plan. Like if you separate from the situation, what you're gonna do about it, how much money is required, how much thing that you need, what step that you need to do. For example, if you're living in a big household and you want to move out of the household, then you know, set a budget of like sit down and actually set a budget as if your life depends on it, literally. Okay, and you set a budget and you plan, you know, and like go out, search for rooms, make sure that it's okay, and how much for the deposits, you know, make sure that you have all your documents, and when you're ready, you know, you can go out. It might not be an easy split. Yeah, it's not an easy split, but be sure, but the Spirit want you to know that you have enough courage and ability to be independent, to get out of the situation. And that means that something needs to end, something needs to go to, you know, you need to get rid of this. And it's amazing. It's kind of funny because we have this skeleton here and here. So if, for example, if the situation, you cannot get out because you literally have no money and you currently haven't found a job yet, for example, then maybe you need to actively get rid of the things that bothers you. For example, if you feel like your partner, you know, doesn't give you enough attentions, but instead they've been doing a lot of things that, you know, taking their time away from yours, which is, and also not necessary, then you should sit down and talk to them and say, hey baby, I think that lately you've been, for example, you've been, you know, spending a lot of time learning games. I know you like this, but I think it's better for us to have some quality time together. So can you like cut back like 2 hours of your gameplay so we can hang out and, you know, have quality time together? Yeah. It needs to be, you need to be active in these situations. And if it's like a household, for example, if you're living in a household, then you identify what exactly in these shared situations that irritates you and how you're going to change about that. So if you live with like four people, maybe not all 4 of them annoys you. Maybe only 1 of them annoys you because, you know, they never clean the dishes, they never do the chores. So you should sit down with them and tell them that, you know, their behavior is not right and you expect them to do their things because this is a shared house, this is a shared responsibility. Yeah, so there is options for you, you know, but whatever it is, you should establish your independence, slowly get away from this codependency. All right, I'm gonna see some more oracle cards. Self-love. Yeah, prioritize yourself, you know. Pluto is a planet that correlates with that. So again, get rid of the things that annoys you or get out of the situation. This is what you need to let go. And trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Trust that you can be independent. Trust that it's not going to be bad when you voice your opinions, when you want things for yourself, because of the effort that you put in. You know, if you pay the same money as them, then you deserve to have, you know, live in a household that, you know, everyone share the same responsibilities. And like, if it's career, if you put, like, you know, effort into it, then you should get recognized for yourself. All right? So don't let other people overstep you, you know, share situations. Like, I know most of you, you know, when you're in a share situation, like, most of the time it's because you have to, because everyone loves their independence and freedoms, and we always offer that. But sometimes we cannot, you know, choose to be independent. So if you cannot get out of situations, then you need to fix the problem. You need to correct it. You need to confront it. Like with the other pals, you know, it's more like it's you, not them. But I think with this pal, you should step up and voice your opinions and actually, you know, try to communicate with the people or the things that is causing this death over here. Okay, so I'm gonna draw one last pile. One last card to see the outcome of the situation if you let go. We have the moon. Yeah. For me, the moon is potentials and emotional fulfillment. You know, usually the sun, you know, when it's come to astrology, the sun is usually what you show outside, and the moon is actually what you want outside. So the outcome of the situations, if you let go, or if you get out of the situations or get rid of the thing that it's bothering you, then you will feel fulfillment. You feel like what you need, it's finally here. It's simple as that. Yeah. All right, thank you for listening, and see you for the next video. Bye.